If your locks ain't right and your twist is on limp, you know. Get over to Keisha Studio. Specialized in locks, natural hair, and extensions. When your hair needs that special attention, make Keisha Studios your next decision. Located 3964 Goodman Road E, Suite 122 in South Haven, Mississippi. Call 901-650-9487 for your appointment at Keisha Studios. You know.
Tune in to the Mack Man Morning Show.
Hold up. Man, this is one of the hottest talk radio shows this side of the Mississippi. We're talking about the Mack Man Morning Show, Mondays through Friday from 9 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. Man, get you some on WKRA 92.7 FM. Man, beat me there. Don't meet me there.
I know y'all think that we done went nuts here at the Mack Man Morning Show. We haven't gone crazy or anything like that, but I know exactly what happened, and I'm sure we got our problem situated. Our wonderful special guest is here and has been so patient and kind with us to stay on and go through all of what we've done. Let me please acknowledge our radio and television broadcasters and our viewers everywhere. We got some of the most loyal and most kind viewers and listeners all over the world. Let me welcome all of you to the Hot Talk Radio, Television, and Radio Network International. To all of you that have been patient and listening to us around the world. I know y'all say, what's going on in America? Well, there's a lot of things going on. There's a flame of fire that has shot out from the house that's white, and the man that has the orange makeup on did something that I think that is the time for him to go. If this is not an indication for him to go, I don't know what it is. My brothers and sisters in broadcasting everywhere, and especially our independent media, we've been under attack because we've been accurately reporting the finer, not the details of what's been going on with the Epstein file, all of the corruption and the things that are going on that making us and making our towns, our cities and territories just crazy. This is a desperate man, and he's attacking all independent media. And I want to say to the executives of YouTube and our other carriers that independently carry our signal, we will not tolerate, I'm not going to tolerate it, nor the members of the National Association for Black Journalists. We lodge our complaint against carriers everywhere that are doing the bidding of this government. I thought in a million years that this would not happen. I'm liberal. I'm not anti-white. I'm pro-black. I don't hate anybody. I love the Lord. And therefore, the teachings of the Word of God tells me that in spite of, to pray for your enemies and those that despitefully use, take care of them, look out for them. And I ain't there yet. I am there. I'm saved, but I got to get myself together. I played something early. I played Thomas Whitfield, My soul is anchored because it was troubling to me this morning. I knew we were going to have a rocky start because I've been contacted by other independent outlets that they've had trouble, and they asked me. They say, "Mac, they got you too." I said, "Yeah, they trying their best, but fret not thyself because of evildoers. Neither be ye envious of the workers of iniquity, because they what soon gonna be cut down like the grass, like the lawnmower and the weed eater." Don't worry about what people do, what they say, because they're going to talk regardless. And as I said before, any American should stand up and say, enough is enough of this. But if you go along with it, your silence means that it's agreement. I would not dehumanize any individual, and I'm going to show it. I know my guest is here, and I believe she understands where we're coming from. I would never, ever, 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 ever dehumanize anyone under any circumstances. Yes, that's the picture that's causing the stir in the broadcast world. And after we get through with our interview, or if our guests want to stay on and gives, I believe I need more than just to sit back and not say anything and sit back and keep my cool. Listen, I have our wonderful guest here, and Miss Felicia Walton Jones is here with us. As I stated in our earlier taping, and I had to delete it because it was horrible. But our special guest, and she's here, and I think for the right time and the right place. But she's a wonderful, wonderful entrepreneur and minister, sister, business person, extraordinaire, and one of the best cooks in the city of Chicago and the surrounding areas. And you need to stop by and get to. Um, you need to get to be served. To be served is a wonderful establishment, and owned and operated by the CEO. I like that terminology. I saw that the wonderful Felicia Walton Jones. She's here, and she's in queue. I think we got it together. Her establishment is located at 1950 West 87th Street. That's 1950 West 87th Street in the wonderful great city of Chicago on the Chicago South Side. I told you earlier that her story, how far God has brought us. And I'm going to say this: a lot of people would not be able to stand, or how would you go through what this great woman has gone through? I'm not going to delay any more of the time. I'm going to bring up our dear friend uh, and our patient guest. How are you, Miss Walton? Are you there? Please say something. Can you hear me? Okay, wait a minute. Oh, Lord, come on now. I know we can do better. Can you hear me, Miss Walton? We're ready for you.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you. I want you to continue just like you're doing that, and we're going to get through this. Miss Walton, good morning to you. How are you?
Good morning.
All right, now listen, this wonderful place, and y'all get there every day if you can get by. Y'all get by there, but then go on Sunday after church, and y'all go over there and get that wonderful Sunday that from 7 a.m. You get your breakfast 7 a.m. to 3. You can get all of the delectables, and we're gonna let her tell you about. Are you still there with me, Miss Walton? I see a black screen. I
I
don't know.
am.
All right, I need you to come. Can you come back up, or would you? I don't want you to stay in the dark like that. If you can get your camera. There we go. All right. See, we on target. There you go. I got a nice graphic for you, and I took the words of your title, owner and CEO. I like that. I think that that's real unique. I want to introduce you to her, and Miss Miss Jones, tell us about your start. Tell us about who you are. I think you can do that better than anybody. And I know that you're busy. She's at her wonderful establishment. And thank you for having us here. And welcome to the Mac Man Morning Show. And thank you for coming. Come on and greet the people. You just blacked yourself out again. I don't. There you go. You're back. Okay, come on and tell us. Okay, okay. And Miss Jones, uh, tell us about yourself. Say good morning to your wonderful listeners and the wonderful people, your patrons and people that are listening to you all over. You listen, you all over the world now, so everybody gonna know who you are. When you come to Chicago, we got to go on the South Side and get you some of the
Are we
and be
good?
served. Okay, come on and say hey to everybody and tell us about your wonderful establishment. Okay, you can start. Can you hear me?
Ayana.
Okay, you can tell us about to be served. Okay, can you tell us about to be served? Can you
Did
hear
I
me?
lose you?
No, you didn't lose me. Can you hear me? Wait a minute. Something is wrong somewhere. Hold on. Can you hear me, Miss Jones? Miss Jones, are you there? I can't. I don't know what's wrong with the. She's there. Y'all see her there. Miss Jones, say something. I hear your voice. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Miss Jones? You can't listen to two devices. That's what I was trying to. Can you hear me? I see you. I see you. I see you, but I can't hear you. Say something. Wait a minute. Hold on. Can you hear me, Miss Jones? Oh my God. All right, Miss Jones, can you hear me? Oh boy. Okay, Miss Jones, I need you to talk into the phone. I can hear you. Can you talk into the
Hello,
phone?
hello. Can you hear
Okay, I hear
me?
you. I hear you. I hear you. Can you hear me? Wow. You can't hear. Can you hear me, Miss Jones? We don't hear. Oh, God help. Okay. Uh, listen, I'm going to say this, and I have never had this situation. Miss Jones, if you can hear me, say something if you can hear me. Or if anybody is listening and you can get to Miss Jones. Okay. I have never had this happen. I don't understand. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, let me say this real quick. The games that people, you see the attack that's happening on our independent labels. All of our independent, what is this? Okay. All of our independent, we can see, you can see and hear me. I know. Okay. Thank you, Penelope. I appreciate all of you all, everybody that's here. Our guest, I don't know what's happening. Uh, can you say something, Miss Jones, please? All right, Miss Jones, are you there? Miss Jones, are you there? Here you are. I'm speaking to you. Can you say something, Miss Jones? I don't hear. Okay. Miss Jones, I don't know what's happening. I have no idea. Oh, God. Let me say something. I hear her and I don't know what is going on. Here, I'm going to take a break right quick. I know y'all know me. Y'all know me, MacMan listeners. I'm going to call you. I'm going to play a commercial right quick. We'll be right back.
If your locks ain't right and your twist is on limp, you know. Get over to Keisha Studio. Specialized in locks, natural hair, and extensions. When your hair needs that special attention, make Keisha Studios your next decision. Located 3964 Goodman Road E, Suite 122 in South Haven, Mississippi. Call 901-650-9487 for your appointment at Keisha Studios. You know.
All right, I'm back on the MacMan Morning Show. I hope and pray that we can get Miss Jones back. Thank you all for being here. Hey, Penelope, thank you very much. I know that y'all can hear me, but let me go ahead and try to get this. I'm going to get this broadcast out of the way. It started this morning. It started this morning on when the independent media and the media got Um, we got this picture and this post from the official White House account for the president. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, this man has crossed the line, and it has spilled over into the media. They arrested our brother Don Lemon, and they arrested our brother Don Lemon. Are you there, Miss Jones? Okay, you there? Okay, let me take this picture down because that's what's really causing the
Can
stir.
you
Can you
see
hear
it?
me now? Can you hear me, Miss Jones?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, okay,
Yes.
listen,
Can you hear me?
yes, ma'am. I can hear you real good. If you can turn your volume on your mic up a little bit, you can, and speak into the mic. It'll be great. Listen, folks, we have our very special guest that's here, Miss Felicia Walton Jones, the owner and the CEO of To Be Served. How are you, Miss Jones? You don't look too happy. I apologize. Can you hear me? There
I'm
you go. Thank
fine,
you.
thank you.
Thank you.
I'm good.
Look,
Can you hear
ain't
me?
nobody mad but the devil. Listen, I was giving your bio and I was talking about you, and the gremlins got into our. I'm putting your picture up to show everybody the wonderful establishment that you have. And it's To Be Served restaurant in the city of Chicago, and we're going to talk about your journey to where you are. First of all, Miss Jones, why don't you say good morning to all of your loyal patrons and your friends, your big sisters and AKA and everything else? I know they say, well, what kind of show is this? This man got this woman on. It's not just me; it's a lot of us. I just got a text from Roland Martin, and he was telling and warning us of the things that are going on. Not only are you a restaurateur, but you are a minister also, aren't you?
I am a minister.
Okay, stand by, Reb. Hold on one second. I didn't even call you Reb. Hold on one second. In these days and times that we're living in, first of all, we're going to talk about your restaurant, but I want your feelings, your words of inspiration. Give us something, Reb. Minister to us today because there's some angry people right now, and there's some upset and confused people that don't know what's going on, and maybe the Lord switched it this way for you to come on. And I just like to have your words of inspiration. We're going to talk about your establishment and everything. But ma'am, we're at a crisis point in our country, and we need a word. Come on.
And the word of God, as great as he that is in me and that is in us, that is he that is in the world. And although we're looking at it and we see and we know what it looks like, God said that we can speak and things will start to move. When he said, will those dry bones live? Those dry bones will live. We speaking life into every dead situation. We're beginning to just walk in authority, walk in what God made us to be. We're calling those things that be not as though they were. And
Yeah,
again, we see what they look like. We see it. But we trust and we believe God, we honor him, and we know that God can do all things but fail. So
yes,
I speak today life in this situation that's dead. It's really dead. But we speaking life into it. That God can take control over what's going on. Nothing is too hard for him. And when the word of God said that the weapon will form, but it shall not prosper, oh, it's forming, but it's not going to prosper. God is going to
that's
come
right.
out with the victory, and we're coming out on top of this.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
yes, I
Yes,
trust
ma'am.
him.
And I'm so glad. I didn't want to. Excuse me. I didn't know that we were going to have these events happen. But like you said, the weapons are forming, but they will not prosper.
Yes.
And we living in these are the days that we're
Yes.
living in that have been spoken of. Not that those of us that have hope in Christ, I'm saved. Everybody know. And I'm not ashamed of the gospel of Christ. I'm not ashamed of the Lord. I know for myself who I serve. But in these days and times that we're living in today, folks, I'm not asking you all to don't get upset, don't get mad. You ain't got to get mad at nobody or anything like that because God got a plan. And I know that He has this situation in His hands and He's going to take care of His children. But I want to talk about now, and I'm so grateful for those words. I want to talk about to be served and how we got to this wonderful uh, establishment that you have made your history uh, and your work history, your educational background. You were born and raised on the great South Side of Chicago, South Side. Anyway, and you went to the public schools, and then you went to a wonderful school that I remember in Chicago, Evangelical Christian School. I know the proprietors there at one time real well, and you have such a resume that I can't be able to dig. Tell us about you.
Well, I am Felicia Chanel Walton Jones. I am a native of Chicago, Illinois. Um, Born to the late David Walton, Leela Walton. I'm a middle girl, the only girl, and I have two brothers. And when I say we were just a close knit family, and I love the Lord with all my heart. And
I believe
I
that.
tell folks, pray for me because I'm still yet. I'm still yet. I'm not where I used to be, but I'm going some places. And
Me too. I'm with you.
as long as I keep God ahead of my life, in my life, a part of my life, all in my life, all in my business, I know I'm gonna be okay. I know I'm gonna be
Oh yeah.
okay. Yes.
Now
So
yeah.
yeah.
Go
Go
ahead. Go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead. No, you go ahead. No, I wasn't saying anything. You go ahead.
Oh, okay. But that's just to tell about Felicia and to stumble on what I'm doing. My family has always been they've been cookers in my family. Cook for every occasion, ever in the church, within the family, or whoever wanted us to cook, we cook. So I started the catering business, and I catered. Um, I want to say for almost over 20 years, I catered, and working corporate America, Chicago public school systems, work within healthcare. So I've worked within so many entities within this world, this life, tell you the truth. But
Oh well.
cooking has always been my passion, has always been
Has
my
it?
passion. Um, uh, in my church, when I say we just took it on to a whole nother level, I'm with the Powerhouse Chicago, Powerhouse Colson,
That's
that's
Bishop
us,
Bishop Hudson,
and
Archbishop Hudson.
serving on the Culinary Arts Ministry. And we cook. We cook there. We run that kitchen like it's a restaurant, to tell you the truth. So,
Hmm.
just the various people that's within that ministry, we all work together, and a lot of them are cooks. A lot of them have their own business, their own catering, but we come together and that's what we do. But in
Hmm.
doing that, in my mind, I only vision that I just want to open up a spot so I could have room to cater. I had a second kitchen home just so that I could do catering, and it grew. And I said, I can't have it in the kitchen anymore. I need to move out. I need a space. And it's just horrible that so many other events came up to get me to the point where I am. But when my mother passed away in 2016, we decided that as a family, we wanted to leave a legacy for our children and we wanted to create generational wealth. So my oldest brother, that's the thinker. Man, he's a thinker. And he was like, we got to do something. We got to do something. So he was looking and he found this property here on 87th, right off Damon. And the property became available for us to purchase. And he was like, how much money you had? How much money you had? We put our money together. And we was like, okay, yeah, this is what we're going to do. And it was such a blessing that the previous owners of this strip mall, they was very particular who they sold to, and they wanted to meet the new buyers that came along. So when they met my family and myself, they knew right then and there, this is who we're going to sell the property to. So we purchased the property back in 2019. And as tenants, we had to honor each of the lease that was here. And after the year was up, then COVID set in. When COVID set in, we didn't know what was going on, but we knew just stay still, let everybody, handle their business. And that's what we did. So after that time, my dad was like, you know what, you need to get in here. You need to get this restaurant going. Again, I still did not want a restaurant. I'm like, nope, too much. I don't want to deal with the people like that. And he said, no, you got to do it. As time went on and we're working on the restaurant, my baby girl, her last year of college, she passed away. And it was a unsudden death, unexpected death. She was partying on the campus of college and drank. She got drunk, got too drunk. They told her, hey, lay her down. Her mom is coming to pick her up in the morning, because I was on my way to Memphis, Tennessee to get her. So they said, let her lay down and sleep it off. She'll be okay, because that's what they do. She lied down. They lied her on her back. She choked in her sleep on her vomit, and she died. So when I got
Oh
there
my goodness.
to
Yeah.
pick her up, I'm calling her phone because I told her I would call her when I got off the highway. And I told her, make sure that you have all your totes and bags and everything waiting on the curb so that we could do a turnaround trip and go back home. I kept calling her phone went to voicemail, no answer. And didn't know. I just began to call a few of her friends whose number I had and said, hey, go wake her up. They went in there and they tried to wake her up. They called me back and they said, "Man, we can't get her up." I said, "Call
Oh my.
911." They called 911. By the time I got there, I beat the ambulance there. I beat the police and everybody else there. But I did not want to go up because I wanted them to work on my daughter, because I knew that all they had to do was work on her and she was going to be okay. But that wasn't the case.
Wow.
So with that being said, I had to put a stop on my working here at the restaurant. I had to, handle things, get her body back here in Chicago, prepare to do a funeral service, and just take care of all of that.
Can
So
I
I
ask a
did.
question? Can I ask a question real quick?
Yes.
I don't mean to stop you. Um, wow. When a burden of your heart, that is truly a burden. One, your dear mother went home to be with the Lord. Your father, uh, former battalion chief of the 21st Battalion, I'm a fireman too.
Yeah.
Uh, your wonderful brothers, your family, your wonderful children, and for you to have to come and get the baby and the situation that happened, Miss Jones. There are people out there right now that are dealing with things, and we have some horrific things that happened in our hometown in the last couple of days with people's children. How how did God bring you through that part? Now, there's some more I know, but here
Yeah.
we go. It sounds like Job almost. Come on with it, Miss Jones. Come on, you go. Keep
And when
talking.
I say, and I'm going to say this without crying, because I used to be able to tell this story and not cry, but it was truly the grace of God. It was the grace of God. When I say the prayer warriors, the intercessors, my inner circle, the people that was around me, my family, my church family, my sorority family. Um, they surrounded me. I wanted to just get in that bed and just lay down and not get up, and they wouldn't let me. They kept me moving, and with the prayers, and my prayer was, God, keep my mind, because it's so easy. I've seen people that lost their children, lost a child, their only child, or but to lose something that you birthed, that you made, that you carried a whole 9 months. And I could go even further for the parents that didn't even carry the child, but that love for that child, and to lose them, um, it's like losing a part of you. So, am I the same? No, I'm not the same. I'm not the same, Felicia. I'm different, and
Yes.
but I want to believe, and I want to say that I'm better and I'm stronger and I'm
Yes.
wiser.
Yes.
And with that, there, I couldn't understand. I questioned God, why God, why? And all I can say is that God is truly good, and He brought me here so that I could share my story with others,
Yes.
other mothers, parents, that lost their child. I could, let them know that you look at me today and I still smile, I still carry on, and because I know that God is the keeper of my soul.
Yes. There's a little more to the story too, because
Yes,
not only that this happened with the baby,
yes.
tell us the other thing. Tell us to come on with it. That the baby and you dealt with
Yeah.
that, and
So right after, burying my daughter, buried her the beginning of June of 2022. And so again, the mechanism to keep me going, to keep me focused, to keep me, occupied, was to work in this restaurant. And I'm here and I'm working day in, day out, just trying to make sure that everything was together, getting things in order. And my dad was a big help. My dad was just helping out, and he was doing everything he can. And 4 months after my daughter, my father passed away. And when my father passed
oh
away,
my,
he my dad, again, he was a retired battalion chief with the Chicago Fire Department after 35 years of service. He was that father, he was that grandfather, he was the deacon of the church. He was that heavy hitter, he was that important person, he was that man. And he owned many properties, and he was up taking care of business at um, one of his locations where his property was. And I received a telephone call telling me that my dad was rushed to the hospital by way of ambulance. So I knew it had to be serious, because my dad, he's not gonna take an ambulance. Although with a city worker, they get free rides, and but he ended up getting in the ambulance. So I knew it was serious. So I met him over at the University of Chicago Hospital, and by the time I got in the back and I was able to lay my eyes on him, that's what I needed to do. I needed to lay my eyes on him. So when I laid my eyes on him, again, I began to pray. And when I say, I came from a praying mama. My mama was one praying woman. Oh my God. And then not only that, it was the foundation was already set at a young child. So I can tell you, my brothers and I, we could pray. We could pray. We that was a mantle that was passed down to us. And then not only that, I'm a member of the Powerhouse, which is formerly known as Prayer and Faith Outreach Ministry. So we pray. That's what we do. So I walked in that room and I began to pray. I began to just call on the Lord. And as I called on God, and to watch him in that state, my heart was so heavy, because I was there with my mother and I prayed, and my prayer was, God, let my mama live. But that wasn't the case. God had different plans. I don't understand God's plan, and I don't understand why and how He could do this for me. I need my mama and my daddy. I needed that's how I felt.
hmm
But coming in that room and just to begin to pray, and then just began to watch him, and what God was doing was preparing me, and He was giving me more time. So, in the hospital, my dad, they had him in there for, I want to say it was about a month he was in there. And guess what? His baby girl was right there on the side of the bed every month.
yes,
And for
yes,
that whole entire month, every day, all day, he woke up and he seen me. And when they
yes,
released him from the hospital, and I left my home so I could move in with him to make sure that my daddy had around the clock care. And I did that and made sure that he made all his doctor's appointment, made sure that he made therapy, that he did everything. When it was getting down to the end, my dad told me, he said, I don't want to go to therapy anymore. What? What do you mean? What do you mean you don't want to go to therapy? This is how you get better. And my daddy had other plans, and I guess God had other plans for him. In the midst of all of that, his sister passed away. She passed away. She waited until he got home from the hospital. And when she was able to lay her eyes on him and see that my dad was fine, she went on to be with the Lord. She went on to glory. And as we're preparing for her funeral, he passed away 2 days before her funeral.
Oh
So
my
I'm
God.
burying my aunt,
Wait,
and
wait,
then
1 second.
had to prepare to bury my dad. I wasn't preparing
Yes.
for this. I didn't want this.
Oh
I'm
my.
like, God, what did I do? What did I do?
Wow. Wow.
But again, God gave me the strength to and when I say I took care of everything from beginning to end. When it comes to like family members or close friends or whoever, I handle the business from beginning to end, from finding the paperwork to doing the insurance to taking it to the funeral home to making arrangements and setting up and do. So I did everything from beginning to end. I sat there. I wrote the obituary. I yeah. I did it from beginning to end with the strength and with the help of God.
My
So
God.
again,
My
I
God.
buried my dad.
Yes. Can I
And
say? Can I ask you something again? I and wow, the baby, then daddy, and mama. Wow. And it ain't. You're not through yet. All of these things come like this, trying to keep a business, trying to keep a family together, and do something, and to see that you had to say, hey, I got later for the blues, later for crying, later for throwing my head under the cover or sticking my head in the hole, or just shutting everybody out. I got to keep going, and something else happened. I'm letting you take it. Because it ain't over yet, because there's some more. I'm listening.
yes,
Tell us
and
about it.
6 months after that, and I go ahead and I put the disclaimer in and I tell it. Marrying a wonderful person, married 28 years, and I could be technical and say 28 years on paper, and it was 8 rocky years of that time. But guess what? In the end, that was still my husband. That was still the father of my children. That was still the man that I said yes to, and that I was committed to. And and 6 months after my father passed away, then another man leave up out of my life. Another man that I depended on. Another man that was there for me. That was my protector. That was my provider. That was my husband. And freak accident. Freak accident. Fell downstairs, and the way he fell, broke his neck, hit his head, died instantly.
Oh my.
So
Oh
it's
my.
like, okay, I look, I said, my mother taught me everything. Taught me how to cook, taught me how to be a mother, taught me how to be a wife, taught me how to be a good person, taught me how to be a Christian. She taught me all of that, but she didn't teach me how to live life without her. I had to figure it out on my own.
Mm.
And I did, and I am still figuring it out even today. And during that
Wow.
time, to lose that mother, then to lose that daughter, and then to lose that father, and then to lose that husband, and it's it's me. I have 2 brothers. I do. I have 2 brothers. They love me dearly. I love them dearly. But again, it's not the same. It's just not the same.
Wow.
God has
Let me.
placed so many people in my life. I have, when I say I have sisters, I have some sisters out here, some
Do
real,
you?
for real sisters. They wasn't birthed through my parents, but they are my sisters, and I can call on them when I need them.
Yes.
They praying for me. They're in my corner, you know, and that's what's keeping me, and that's what's helping me even today. And when I
Wow.
tell people, as far as having a covenant, having a covering over you, you know, you hear
Hmm.
people say, "Oh, I'm a member of this church. I'm a member of that church." But baby, it ain't the same when you don't have a covering.
A
When you have
covering.
that spiritual father, or that spiritual mother that's
Right.
uplifting you, that's praying for you, that's keeping you moving, and that's correcting you when you need to be corrected. You know,
Hmm. Wow. Let me say this too, because I got several. I got on this. I have several messages, and someone asked one of our listeners. Uh, I have a new listener, and we got some folks that have came on. We got a network station um, in Nebraska, in Omaha, and our friend in Omaha got tears here. But then he says, "How how can you stand, smile, and even encourage people after going through all that you went through?" I don't know if that's a question you can answer. That's how it was kind of given, but I'll put it this way. How? I mean, I would be a mess, I think. Oh my God. And I, I wouldn't be able to think of anything. And how did this affect your being where you are now? I mean, it was a process. You had to process all of this within that year, all that you went through in just that small year. Here we're looking, you ain't pulled your hair out, you ain't went nuts, you ain't, you know where I'm going. I ain't mean to say it like that.
yeah,
You didn't lose your mind,
I
you
know
didn't lose
exactly what you're
everything in
saying.
your heart. You didn't go out there and say, I'm going to the world, I'm going to pacify myself with everything that I can to kill the hurt, because there's some hurt, there's some things that's there that the average that a person that did not have a good relationship, a good foundation, even spiritually. And I could, even though I love the Lord and everything, I don't know how could, I mean, in a situation like that, could you pray? I mean, praying, or somebody, you know how people, they try to comfort, and they mean well, and you didn't lash out and hang nobody or cut nobody's throat or anything like that. You didn't cuss them out or anything like that. Leave me alone or what have you. How, you know, and my brother from Omaha, I'm trying to get to your question and give Miss Jones an opportunity to say how and what, and I know what it is. I know you said it already, but sister, how did you come out like you are now? I just want to know, and it's okay. I'm with you, and I don't mean to say anything that'll upset you or anything. I hope I'm not. I'm Richard. Please know that James Mack ain't trying. I'm not that kind of person, but I mean, they're sitting people here dropping their mouth and shaking their head and say, "How in the world did she make it through?" Come on, Reb, let's hear it. How did it happen? How did God bring you through? We get into them restaurant in a minute, but this is something that people need to hear,
When
and
I
they're
when I
listening.
say
They're listening.
when I
Yes,
say
ma'am.
this is the hardest thing, because I'm human and I'm in this flesh and I'm feeling what I feel, and I've experienced what I've experienced. Um,
Yes, ma'am.
I can't explain it. I can't
Yes.
explain it. Do you know, people still come by to check on me, and they look at me and they say, "How? How are you making it? How are you doing this? How do you continue to smile? How do you continue to have fun. And when I say, when the word of God said, if you keep your mind stayed on me, I will keep
Yes.
you in perfect peace.
Yes.
It's so many times where my mind just wanted to slip away,
Mm.
but God just wouldn't let it.
Yes.
Um, it's times that I had to trick myself. And when I say trick myself, I have to, and people who know me, I like to make light of every situation. I like to find humor in so much. Um, with my dad, I used to say my dad was, he probably was ready to go home and be with the Lord and go and be with his wife, but I wouldn't let him go. I wouldn't let him go. He waited until I had a hair appointment, and I went and got my hair done. And when I came back, and this man was gone. So, I made humor of that. My daughter Aaliyah, such a beautiful person. I mean, such a beautiful heart. And she loved hard. And I would always just think about the love that she would display and that she showed towards others. And when I say that girl, she was a given, she was a given child. When we was little, she used to see people that were panhandling on the street, and she said, "Ma, they need some money." I said, "We need money too. You need money too." And she would
Yeah.
take her money and she would give it to them. And I used to tell them, I said, "You know what?" I said, "This, my daughter thought enough of you, and she gave you her hard-earned money, her money, because she wanted to be a blessing to you." And I said, "Do right, do right." I
Yes.
knew what they were going to get, but her heart didn't know, and her heart just wanted to give. And so I, I think on those good thoughts. I think on those good things. And when I say I have so many good memories, so many good memories that's keeping me smiling, that's keeping me going. When I get to that point that I feel like I'm about to slip under, I have to pause for station identification. I have to begin to call those people that I knew was there for me. I would have to surround myself. Um, when I tell you being, and this is kind of jumping out, but being a restaurant owner, I never wanted this. This is not what I wanted. I didn't want this. I wanted to be this lady that catered. I wanted to cater the food and prepare it and maybe serve it to them for their events. That's what I wanted to do. And my dad was like, "No, you need a restaurant. You need a restaurant. People need to experience this food. They need to taste this food. This is what you need to do." And when my father passed away, I said, "A restaurant it is." So during this time, and when I say, when the word of God says, the blessings of the Lord that maketh rich and adds no sorrow to it. When God bless you with something, you're not going to be sorrowful during it. He's going to make provisions for you, because when God is in the plan, no matter what man say or what the economy looks like or whatever's going on, God
Yes.
is in the plan.
Yes, he
And
is.
when I say I had some major hiccups, and when I say hiccups, all of this is new to me. I've never
Yes.
owned a restaurant before. I only ordered, I, I was the owner of the catering part of it. So it's different entities to having a restaurant. And I'm still learning. And when I
Yes.
say it's growing pains, and it makes me want to say, I quit, I'm throwing in a towel. I don't want to do this anymore. I get to that point. But then God give me these gentle reminders. And let me just show you an example. About 2 weeks ago, I recall being at church, and my bishop, he was preaching, and he just so happened to look in the congregation, And he asked one of the other members, he said, "Is that Felicia sitting next to you?" And she said, "Yeah." He said, "Daughter, this word is for you." He says, "Your business that God gave you will
Yes.
grow. It will not die. It shall
That's right.
live. It shall thrive. It shall prosper. It
Yes.
shall." He says, "That's your business that God gave to you.
Yes,
And
he
what
did.
God give you, can no man put asunder. God gave this to you,
Yes.
specifically for you. He called your name. It was designed just for you." And with that being said, I reposted that word that was said. When I reposted that word, do you know? Oh, everything just broke loose. The enemy
Wow.
fought the hardest.
Yes,
One of
he
my
will.
refrigerators went out here. And we're not talking about a refrigerator that you can just go and get one
Industrial.
and
You got
no,
industrial.
we're talking about commercial industrial
Yeah.
equipment. When it goes out, you have to pay big money. It couldn't be
Yes.
repaired. I had to buy a brand new one. So again,
Wow.
I'm saying, whoo, thank you, Jesus, that the money was there
Yes.
and I was able to make that purchase. So the
Yes.
devil laughed at me, like, "Oh yeah,
I know how
okay,
you feel.
I done
I
killed
know
your
how you
mama.
feel,
I
sister.
took your mama, your daughter gone, your daddy gone, your husband gone, and now I'm giving you problems here at the restaurant." I know how I get frustrated at times when things happen, but then I go back to God. Like, "Oh Lord, I'm putting this in your hand because I can't do it. So God, it's in your hands. I can't worry about it, but I am gonna go to sleep. When I go to sleep, Lord, and I wake up, and a lot of times I wake up and I open that eye. Thank you, Jesus, for health and strength. Thank you, Jesus, for the activities of my limb. Thank you, Jesus, for
Yes.
being in my right mind. Thank you, Jesus." And then
Yes.
guess what? That problem is still there because God is still working on it.
He's
He's still
working
working,
it.
and that's how I look at it.
That's
He's
right.
still working on it. But
Well,
when
let
I
me do
say
this.
I
Can we?
had a snowball effect of things
Yes,
to
ma'am.
happen to me, and
Yes.
right where areas that I thought I was secured at,
Hmm.
I'm not secure. To do
Wow.
this interview today, I I I almost was like, no, I don't, because I'm still going through. I'm
I'm
still going
still.
through.
Can I stop you for a second? 1 second.
Yes.
I don't want you to lose that thought. We're going to take a quick little break. I want you to let's get some water. Let's go get some coffee. Y'all get down there on 87 and Damon. Go get you something to eat right quick. Y'all on your way and play it on the car. Don't look at it on TV. Don't put YouTube on or the channel on there. I'm going to take a break. I want to rededicate this song to everybody that's out there. As we take this is going to be our break. We're just going to break for just a little bit. This is the Mac Man Morning Show each and every weekday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. We're here with our wonderful, wonderful friend and sister, Miss Felicia Jones, owner and CEO of To Be Served Restaurant. And I'm telling you, ain't a dry eye in the chat, ain't a dry eye. You got some folks out there that's I'm going to bring up a little bit. I want you to say hello. I want you all to give us an opportunity to do what we're getting ready to do. And I'm going to dedicate this to all of our listeners that are out there. You're listening to the Mac Man Morning Show. We'll be right back, folks. Right back. Right back. Hold on. Let me get this. Stand by 1 second. See, we're going to be right back. Right back. Right back.
If your locks ain't right and your twist is on limp, you know. Get over to Keisha Studio. Specialized in locks, natural hair, and extensions. When your hair needs that special attention, make Keisha Studios your next decision. Located 3964 Goodman Road E, Suite 122 in South Haven, Mississippi. Call 901-650-9487 for your appointment at Keisha Studios. You know.
storms keep on raging in my life, and sometimes it's hard to tell the night from day. Still, that hope that lies within is reassured as I keep my eyes upon the distant shore. I know He'll lead me safely to that blessed place He has prepared. But if the storms don't cease, and if the winds keep on blowing, my soul has been anchored in the Lord. Though the storms keep on raging in my life, and sometimes it's hard to tell the night from day. Still, that hope that lies within is reassured as I keep my eyes upon the distant shore. I know He'll lead me safely to that blessed place He has prepared. But if the storm don't cease, and if the winds keep on blowing in my life, my soul has been anchored in the Lord. Oh, I realize that sometimes in this life we're gonna be tossed by the waves and the currents that seem so fierce. But in the Word of God, I've got an anchor, and it keeps me steadfast and unmovable despite the tide. But if the storms don't cease, and just in case the winds
Tune in to the Mac Man Morning Show.
Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Man, this is one of the hottest talk radio shows this side of the Mississippi. We're talking about the Mac Man Morning Show, Mondays through Friday from 9 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. Man, get you some on WKRA 92.7 FM. Man, beat me there. Don't meet me there.
That was for all of us here. And I want to thank our wonderful guest this morning for giving us this wonderful opportunity to share the dream, the vision, and even the struggles and the triumphs that have happened in this wonderful woman's life, this wonderful woman of God, this wonderful encourager. And I want to thank everybody for responding. There's some people, Miss Jones, here, and I did that for a reason because we live in a day and a time that sometimes we just got to step back a little bit and say, "Take the wheel, Lord, take control and anchor us." And if you're not anchored, just like a ship that's on the sea and it's tossed and driven, and it could be lost, but if your soul is anchored in these days and times that we're here and living in, I tell you, we need an anchor, and that anchor is ready to sustain you and everything. Our wonderful, wonderful guest is here, Felicia Jones, and the wonderful owner and CEO of this wonderful, wonderful restaurant in the great city of Chicago. Y'all go by there. Not only will you be a blessing to her, but she will be a blessing to you when you sit down and you can understand where how things were developed and how things came about. That To Be Served was truly birthed and serve a servant of her community, her church, and putting people to work. And it's not, and as I say before, it's not a charity, it's a business. So don't y'all go by there and talk about y'all want the discount and you want the soul has been anchored discount and everything. And I'm just trying to put a little spin into it. And I'm just grateful for all of you being here. I know that we had a rough start on this morning, but I'm not complaining about anything because no matter what you do, you're going to have struggle. You're going to have things that happen. It's how you handle it. And it's not your job to handle it. Turn it over to the Lord. I know that you see, Miss Jones, several people on the screen that you might even know. And would you like to say hello to them as we wrap up our show today?
Yes,
You're
I
on.
just want to again, um, first of all, let me say hi to my good girlfriend, Dawn Rogers. And when I say
Yeah,
we go all the way back to TWA, that's Trans World Airlines, if you all didn't know.
that's
But that was
right.
my traveling buddy, and now she's my intercessor. She's my prayer partner. She prays for me. Thank you
Mm,
so much. I appreciate you. I'm looking at so
yes.
many other people on the line.
Oh,
Alexis,
yeah.
every morning, Alexis send me morning prayers, morning inspirations,
Right.
and when I say I have so many people that tap in, and
Yeah.
that's what keep me going. It keeps me going.
Yeah.
TikTok keep me going. Everybody know I love TikTok. I will
That's
be on
right.
TikTok. I will do a TikTok.
You're
But
known for those. I saw something that you had on when we were going through our little technical thing. I had to get on and say, "Wait a minute, I didn't mean it. It was okay." But then, in all things, everything came together for the better. And also, you were talking about your wonderful sisters outside of your family, and looked like they really appreciated you in the past year.
yes,
Outstanding Entrepreneur of the Year from your wonderful organization that you're a part of. Not only that, you're celebrated, and whether you know it or not, you've gained friends all over and people that admire you all over the world. And I'm just grateful to have you on the air here today. I hope I've been behaving such that you'll come back. And I'm serious. I am because it's not an easy thing doing anything that we're doing. And somebody asked me, say, Mr. Mack, how you doing with this attack that's going on? I said, it's not my battle. It's not mine. We got
That's right.
things. I'm fiercely. They used to say, they say you're proud, you won't do things, you won't do this, and we've been on the air with this particular broadcast and given the opportunity to. It's not easy, folks, but I want to just say that as long as there are people like you and I and you and everybody everywhere, you can support. They say you don't beg folks, I don't. I stopped trying to. Sometimes people come on the air. I'm a broadcaster versus a podcaster. I keep telling everybody it does. Independent media is not, it's not easy, but it's something that God gave me to do. And I know that there are people out there that care. And once again, I wanted to let you all know, y'all go by there. Y'all still got time to get over there. Go get you some lunch now. I know that y'all ain't heard the Mac Man show. It usually in the morning at 9 a.m. and we kind of wrap up almost about 10:30 or so unless something get good like this. And I just could not let this day go by without keeping my word to our sister to bring her on. I was desperate to have her here. I want to ask you all, and I'm reaching out to you all to tell you that we have a little water in the boat that's coming in, and we need to get it out. And I need your support. We all need your support. I ask you to support our show, and that if you like what's going on, if you like the interviews that we're doing, please help us out so that we can maintain what we have. It's not easy, but then it ain't hard neither. And ain't nobody mad but the devil. So there's a link there that you all could help us to continue to stay on the air. It's welcome and graciously appreciative. And once again, y'all get by the restaurant. Go over there and sit down. I'm telling you, and y'all getting out of church and everything, y'all go there early. Some folk get up at 8 o'clock to get to service. Lord help us. And after church, y'all go by to be served. Now on Wednesdays, uh, they're not open on Wednesdays, but every day other than Wednesday, from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., you can get some of the finest cuisine in the city. You haven't had it until I ain't had it yet, but what I hear is you don't go nowhere, don't go to heaven until you go by to be served and be served not only with wonderful cuisine, but with a great spirit and with love and with kindness and with hospitality. And y'all be nice to the all of her workers, all of the people that work with her over there. Why don't you shout out to your workers too? You got to shout out to the help now. Say hey to your help and everybody. You can come on.
Yes.
Okay. Is there anybody you want to say hello to or anything? Just say hello to your staff. Are they listening? I know they cooking and listening and carrying on. Say hello to your staff.
I want to say hello to the best staff ever. When I
Yeah.
say these two women, and right now it's just two of us. Is well,
Yes.
should I say two of them that's
Yes.
here? But they've been holding it down for me. Um, when I have hiccups and I need to get my whole life together, they're pulling it through, and they run this operation as if I was here. People would think that I was here in the back and I'm not, and that's how they run it. So when I
Yeah.
say I appreciate them, I love them so much, and I
Wow.
show them that I love them too.
Wow. You better shout out to your brothers and everybody too. Them relatives of yours, they be looking. She ain't say nothing about us. Talk, holler out to your
Yes, to
relatives, your
all
brothers
my
and
family.
children, as
Look,
they say.
look. I got a lot of brothers, but to my blood brothers, David and
Yeah.
Daryl Walton, just want to say I love you guys. I appreciate you.
Wow.
I'm their sister mama. That's what they call me, the sister mama.
I
So,
could
I
believe
have to
that.
step in and do some of the mama stuff as well as sister stuff. So I'm the sister
Hmm.
mama. I want to send love I'm looking at my high school family. I have some Cavaliers on the line. I have my Jones side family on the line. I have my sorority sisters from
Oh, you went
Phi
to
Kappa
CVS. You
Omega.
went to CVS. You went to CVS. You a Cavalier?
I am a Cavalier. I'm always gonna be a
Yeah.
Cavalier. I'm a Cavalier for a
Hmm.
while.
God help you.
Yes,
Everybody ain't
yes.
perfect, you know. Anyway, you know. Shout out to my Carver
Hey,
High School
hey,
folks, y'all. But you know, I ain't gonna let CVS take over. But they in the house today, and we want to just thank you.
yes,
Listen,
yes.
Felicia, thank you so much for
Thank you
coming
so much
on,
for having me.
and it worked out. You see,
Absolutely.
it worked out. Eventually, we
Yes, it
got
did.
anchored, and we
It
came
says
on. I
all
want
things work together for the good for those who love the Lord and that's called according to his purpose. Yep,
Okay, that ain't the
that's it.
Lord calling you, is it? That ain't the Lord, is it? Who's that
Now
calling you?
that ain't the Lord, and that's why they can leave a message.
Hmm. I'm grateful. Thank you, Felicia, for coming on. And this will not be your last time here, and it won't be our last time seeing you on the MacMan Morning Show. We're gonna have to work that out somehow to make sure that we keep you out there. And I just want to thank you
Okay.
very much. I feel much, much better after this. It just seemed like a piece of come over me in the midst of everything. Just give us peace and everything. And we're grateful. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, the wonderful owner and CEO of To Be Served Restaurant in the city of Chicago, our dear friend Felicia Jones. God bless you. Thank you. And I'll get a chance to talk to you on the other side. And you be blessed. I know that your folks are looking saying the boss back there on TV. Who do this and that and the other. But y'all be nice to the boss and everything. And God bless you and God bless your family and all that you do. And thank you for being a part of our show today. Hey, y'all, we getting ready to get out of here. And I want you all to be blessed and have a wonderful day on this expanded version of the Magman Morning Show. And we're going to get out of here and let y'all go about y'all day. Just love somebody. It doesn't take perfect. It doesn't take. Wait a minute. She's still here. Oh,
Look, I'm not gonna tarry. I'm not gonna
are you
keep y'all
good?
on long.
You ain't
But
keeping us. We
just
get ready to go.
thank
We
you.
get ready to roll. Well, it's good. What you always welcome, be a part of this family, and we're just grateful. Listen, you all. Don't forget next week. Continue to tune in, support us if you can. God bless you all, and just have a wonderful day. And remember this: don't cry over what you lost, but prophesy over what you have. That was a antidote that my pastor gave me. You know, my pastor can preach too. Hey, Bishop Trotter. Hey, y'all out there. Sweet Holy Spirit Church in the Spirit Nation. You know, y'all got our old church on 103rd Street, and then the Lord bless y'all to go to Polson. So you know y'all was blessed over there, Miss Jones. But it's a wonderful thing. We talk about that later. We thank y'all for being here. Thank everybody for being a part of our show. This is the Magman Morning Show, and we'll see you all on next week. Be blessed. Enjoy your weekend.